All of a sudden, DanTe's ahead in the food count after that failed harassment in the back with the War Prism. But we do have they're dying. Don't let the High Templars die like that. You gotta morph them. Whoa! Goon is taking this expansion as well. He's taking this before taking this, what his natural fourth would be, or the gold either. So very interesting play from Goon going for this. Now we do have Goon retreating with his army. He does have a few High Templar, but it doesn't seem like he's actually not going to retreat. He's not going to retreat. DanTe's got his army over here. Goon sees the army movement with this observer. So now he's going to probably move in, try and break this expansion again. But this planetary fortress is proving very hard to actually break. It does have some solid amount of kills, and now that Zealot's just sit there blinking up. So now the Templar are here. Why aren't they storming these SCVs? They should be storming, but this is not enough to take out this planetary fortress. So DanTe is now moving in, and now he's going to try and attack the natural of Goon. You can see that he is here. And Psystorm, not a decent Psystorm, but we gotta get more. Look at this huge club use. You can get a Psystorm off in the middle of this. That would be incredibly deadly. All the Marines in the center would die. But instead, DanTe's just moving in, doing a ton of damage, taking out SCVs, taking out the. He's probably about to take out his Nexus as well as Warp Gates. He's got an SCV here, and then that's a bad Psystorm. It does seem. Oh, here's the Ghost. Ghost is actually going to move in. Oh, there's a nuke. Yes, DanTe, there's a nuke. So these probes have got to start moving away. If this nuke falls, every single one of these probes will die, and that would not exactly be good for Goon trying to win this game. Is the nuke going to fall? It's going to fall, and oh my god, all those probes just got decimated by a nuke. Oh, that's terrible. So Goon is all of a sudden in a terrible position. He was doing so well before, and now DanTe seems to be in a commanding lead in the game. Goon is down to 47 food versus DanTe's 180. DanTe's expanding right here, directly below Goon's expansion over here. And now we have, oh, look at all these. Whoa, Goon is doing an incredible job of making sure that he just keeps everything. He did manage to build the Templar Archives again, so he is going to be able to warp in some more Templar. Even with DanTe completely destroying this, Goon is still mining from these assimilars, which are almost dead anyway. He's used the Forge here to research +1 weapons and +1 armor. DanTe does have +1 weapons, but that seems to be it. If you look at his engineering bay, it's not doing any more researching, and DanTe is sitting here with actually a fairly large force. DanTe's completely mined out his main, but ooh, really good. More harassment with these Zealots. So we're going to actually be able to close the distance on the siege tank, and it won't be able to die. And this Warp Prism has been there for a while, unless it just came back in after flying away. But look at all these mules at this expansion. Still no one's taking a gold. But these Stalkers actually do a good job taking here. It looks like DanTe was getting a little greedy, trying to get an orbital command at this expansion instead of a planetary fortress. That will go down. So now it's actually going to be one base against 2 or 3 bases, but this isn't really mining much. Well, the only thing that's left are the probes that didn't die because they were inside the assimilators after that nuke. Now we do see that DanTe scans this, and now he's probably flipping out because of the fact that he sees, oh wow, Goon has a completely functional base over here that has tech and everything. Look at all those warp gates. You can see this. He's got, ooh, look at that. He's got what is that? 13 warp gates. That's a very, very solid warping capability. So he's going to get an army incredibly quickly. He still has a lot of his pylons there. DanTe's now going to move in with this force, which they don't have any medevacs. So these guys are actually fairly tender. It can be hit by a couple of side storms and lose. So DanTe's probably going to have to siege out and probably try and just use siege mode to outrange anything that Goon could have. He does have a point defense drone, but oh, look at the side storms. They're the good side storms. But Goon has not made Archons once this game, which is not good because they can tank a lot of damage. Like, here we go. He's stimmed on the Marines to get the vision up here. Really good side storm on the ramp, getting all the units that are trying to move up, dealing a ton of damage. But these ghosts are still here. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage as these guys try and warp in, killing off a Templar before it can do any side storm. But look at the side storms. So much damage, just absolutely decimating those Marauders. And that is really, really impressive. We can see a lot of those guys died. That Templar has 7 kills. This one has 5 kills. That's a lot of kills for a High Templar to have. Zealots have morphed in. Really good idea to warp in the Zealots because they don't get affected by the point defense drone. The point defense drone essentially has full health because of the lack of Stalkers in the army for Goon. Oh, here we go. We finally have an Archon. That's going to be able to tank a lot of damage. These siege tanks are still over here. DanTe is trying to do a lot of pressure. And we look at the, whoa, Zealots and Stalkers all warping in up on the high ground. Now we can see that this Archon's going to move in. It's probably going to get taken out by these 2 back siege tanks. But Blink on the Stalkers are, oh, they got to get outside the range of the point defense drone. They're going to be, oh, this point defense drone is saving these medevacs. Where's the Blink? He's got a blink. He can actually take out these medevacs. And that would be a huge blow for DanTe. Now DanTe is trying to take up this gold main, but Stalkers are being morphed in here. Planetary Fortress is in the process of coming in. But this army for DanTe is going to be able to take out these Stalkers that were trying to get a little greedy. But there's a, Templar with a storm. Very, very nice. Now, that High Templar dies. And DanTe's now got a mining gold base. This is really, really bad for Goon. His main advantage was his ability to warp in with a very mobile army and have 2, or really 3 mining expansions, while DanTe only had this one up here and what was little left over here. What little was left over here. So DanTe's actually probably gonna, okay, I'm going to say that this is going to turn into a planetary fortress. This is a great spot for a planetary fortress because it makes the army movements for Goon much more difficult. This will be a lot harder to break, and Goon is actually going to spot this with his warp prison. Probably going to warp in a few units in there. Probably a Stalker or 2 to try and hit the, yeah, there we go. There's Stalkers. He's probably try and kill this SCV and then retreat after that. Notice he was trying to not be too greedy, but, oh, the Stalker's starting to hit the Raven. Stalker, you got to take out the SCV, but... Now, okay, there we go. Now it's got to hit the SCV. It does take out the SCV, but this is not going to be delayed by long, as 1 SCV from the gold can be moved down here. And here we go. This is actually over here too. So, what's something... Goon could probably get DTs. If Goon got DTs, he'd be able to do a lot of damage, because there's not a ton of detection anywhere. There are these missile turrets. Missile turret there, but... Oh, here we go. DanTe now sees this expansion too. And this has been being mined for a while. Like a couple thousand minerals have already been mined from that base alone. And now DanTe's going to try and break it here, but these Zealots have got to retreat. And one Sidestorm on this ramp could actually save Goon's expansion. But there we go. There's the... Oh, but no. More forces from DanTe are coming in. Really good Sidestorms. But, oh, wow. They're taking out a lot of units. The Zealots are not enough in numbers to really deal with this, though. This High Templar has been taken out. And more units being morphed in over here. So Goon has got... He's got 2 Sidestorms, but ooh, really not very good places. But oh, look at that! They still do so much damage anyway because DanTe walks right into him. And these guys, if they're gonna stay out, okay, those guys would die from 1/2 second inside a Sidestorm. Now we do have a High Templar that almost has enough energy for another Sidestorm. But here we go. Zealots, I'm assuming, yeah, 3 Zealots are coming in. They will be able to take these guys out because they do have charge, but siege tanks are coming in. This is not good for Goon. He is taking out these Marauders. And there are Stalkers coming in. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage to these siege tanks. But DanTe has got to hit this High Templar. These High Templar are doing so much damage to their Sidestorms to DanTe. But now we have a lot of forces coming in here. We have the siege tank coming in. And we have some more Zealots, High Templar here. This is a really, really good game. DanTe is doing a great job keeping the pressure on Goon. Goon just keeps warping in because he has all those warp gates that are just doing so much damage. And now we have Stalkers. Ooh, Stalkers can start hitting those medevacs. But here we go. Look at this. Sidestorm on there would be incredibly good. But these Templar don't have enough. They could have morphed into an Archon, and that would have helped delay this this expansion from falling. Because it seems like it will. But DanTe is really keeping the pressure on. Goon is having to do a lot to try and stay in this game. Morphing everything here. There's still a supply depot back here that DanTe actually used to spot. But oh, look at this. Point defense drone. Going to completely nullify the Stalker's ability to do anything in this except tank hits, and does not do very well with that. But here we go. We got these Zealots and Templar here. I wonder if you can feed back a point defense drone. But I don't think you can. But oh, really good Sidestorm. But DanTe has not done a good job of moving away from Sidestorms, but he's still macroing up a lot of units. So he's doing a really good job of this army. This High Templar seems to want to die as it moves toward the army instead of away from it. But it does get taken out. We do have 3 Templar here, so there's 3 Sidestorms that he can use. There we go. There's one. Where are the other ones? This one should Sidestorm before it dies, but it dies too fast. But now Zealots are coming in. And oh, we took out the pylon. So all those warping in units that were happening are just completely gone. If DanTe takes us out, Goon will be in a rough position. He does have mining returning back over here. DanTe is actually about to take the old natural for Goon. Just because that's one of the only other... Oh, he's taking the gold as well. So DanTe is really is starting to be in a good position. He's come back from a long way behind. So very, very good job by DanTe. It does seem that those drops earlier on from Goon were not the most beneficial, but still, Goon's playing really well. And now DanTe did just take out one of the main parts of Goon's play, which is keeping this base. He's actually about to take it for himself. So now we can see that, okay, so Goon did manage to take out that expansion. He's now sniping Ravens. Oh, where's the point defense shot? 1 point defense shot would save all of these Ravens, but DanTe is just not reacting in time. Here we go. This one's going to fall. It does fall, so 3 Ravens gone for DanTe. That's not good, but he might be in a good enough position because he is basically close to max, while Goon is macroed at 100 food. So DanTe, as long as he can manage to keep his expansions and deny expansions, he'll win just by starving out the 1 and 2 mining bases from Goon. So now let's see. Goon still seems to be taking a Templar and Gateway, which is very smart. It's a very Templar Zealot is a great combination just because it's so cost efficient. So now this expansion is about to go down, but that's doesn't really matter anyway. DanTe might have just been doing that just to make sure that that Goon couldn't take what's left of that expansion. But right now it seems that DanTe is really just, he can probably just attack, move in order to win right now. But unless oh, that's unfortunate for Goon. Just as he puts down this expansion, DanTe scans it. But now Goon can expect an attack over here and probably try and position himself to take out DanTe's army. We should probably take out the Meg statue for some reason, but now he's going to move in here. Templar is moving out to die for oh, look at all those Templar. Okay, they're not going to die, which is good. But point defense zone. Ooh, you can feed back the point defense zones. Really smart move. Where are the storms? He's got a storm back here. Look at these Marines and Marauders that are all back there. But oh, this isn't not looking good. This Ghost has almost full energy. He actually cloak. I wish there was another nuke, because if DanTe was able to nuke again, that would be awesome. But here we go. Zealot's moving in. This side's doing more damage to Protoss than Terran. But now we can see that these Stalkers, he's got to start moving them around. But oh, good Storm. Very good Storm. Doing a lot of damage, killing some Marauders. So the Stalker count's actually not that bad. It's going to do a lot of damage to the Marauders as these Siege Tanks try and siege up a little bit more. More Zealots are coming in. So Siege Splash is actually hitting the Marauders as well as the Zealots. And can the Zealots close in onto the tanks, get some damage done there? But there we go. Sniping the Medevac, sniping the Raven. Just taking hits from the tanks though. But there we go. And now that Medevac is gone. So now Goon is at 86 food while DanTe is at 156. This has not been morphed into a planetary fortress yet. That's not the greatest. Like, that's actually a really good way to prevent Goon from attacking along that path, which is the best way for Goon to attack right now. But DanTe is spreading out his army from the side storms. He's probably just going to move in, try and deal damage, but there are no Templar in this little mix. There's a Templar, yeah, that is a Templar that's morphing in. But, oh, Blink coming in, trying to get the army back here from doing any damage. So really, this is actually a very good play from Goon coming back into this game. But oh, DanTe flanked him. Ooh, DanTe and EMP'd the high Templar before Sidestorm could go off. So really good move from DanTe, and this is not looking good for Goon. Goon does still have this mining, but it's almost mined out. Once this mines out, Goon will be in a much worse position. He has been able to maintain this, and he just Sidestorm himself? That was a little weird, but it might have been a misclick. But now that Templar's out of energy. And now this move is, ooh, that was a side storm against mostly Zealots. But here we go. Zealots are in close in the distance. Why no Archons, Goon? Goon, you need some more tanking units. You need some more, some splash damage against these guys would be great. But DanTe is really pushing in and doing a ton of damage. You can see that he actually might be able to take out this expansion if Goon is unable to really do a lot. Both of their monies are actually surprisingly low, but DanTe has twice the food. Oh, look at that really good storm. Taking out some Marines and Marauders. Very nice job. More Zealots coming in. There's another Templar. He'll be able to use another storm. If he can, oh, look at that. Damaging all those units and killing some. These guys are so close to red. Look at these Marauders that all have just one little tiny thing of red health left. But look at that. Okay, really good storm. We missing a couple guys here, but all these guys are completely in the red. These Medevacs are completely starved for energy. But there just might be too many units here. He's pushing in. DanTe will start being able to snipe the Templar Archives. And, oh, GG from Goon. Really solid game. And both players were playing incredibly impressively. DanTe doing an incredibly good job with the pressure. And it seems that Goon is, okay, Goon's not asking for tips. So, guys, thank you for watching. This was actually a round 2 game between Goon and DanTe from the TQ Open number 3. I'm actually going to stop the replay now. Thank you guys for watching. More replays will be uploaded soon. Enjoy some TV!